wandering aimlessly is so fun. That's what I love about RPGs. You can just go around town and meet the people. Something that Final Fantasy 13 didn't have. I know in an earlier video I said I hadn't played Final Fantasy 13 2. Guess what? I still haven't. Why? I don't know. But now that 13.3 has been announced, oh, I'm sorry, 13 Lightning Returns. Or Lightning Returns 13. That sounds pretty awesome. I mean, and after E3 and everything, it looks like it's shaping up really well, and I'm actually kind of excited for it, which is why I want to play 13.2. And I actually heard 13.2 is better than 13 in many ways by certain people, so there's hope. I actually enjoyed 13, to be honest. I thought it was really good, in my humble opinion. That probably doesn't really matter much. But yeah, hold on, I need to like fix this. This happened again. I always postpone this because I'm always doing stuff on my computer, so really, screw it. But yeah, I enjoyed 13. I thought some of the characters were okay. Some were definitely better than others, but generally, I enjoyed the game. The combat system I thought was really cool. The Crystarium was dumb. I didn't care for it. It was more of a chore than anything else. But, whatever. I mean, the character-driven storyline was cool for me. Unlike a lot of people who got confused over the Lassie, Falsi, and Seath names and everything, I didn't get confused. I read up on everything before the game even came out. Like, I was constantly on it because next-gen Final Fantasy game, oh my gosh, that sounded amazing. And it was pretty decent. Will I ever play it again? No. It's not one of those ones I'd ever play again. Not like this game. I would never play it again. Not all the way through, at least. Maybe a couple parts for, like, stuff like that. But mostly, if I were to play it again or, like, watch a certain cutscene, I'd look it up on YouTube. There's this guy on YouTube that has every cutscene in the game in order in one long movie. It's like 8.5 hours. That's a lot of cutscenes. That's like watching the whole Dark Knight trilogy or the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's freaking crazy. Whatever. I'm actually excited to see where 13.2 goes. Oh boy, I need to go get cider. Is this a side quest? I don't know. Where do I go? What am I doing? This is one thing I actually don't like about RPGs either, is you spend a whole lot of time wandering aimlessly around town. Oh, I got a potion. To me, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it gives you a sense that the world is inhabited and lived in. At the same time, in my opinion, it's also bad because it slows down the game a bit. But at the same time, it gives you time to breathe. Especially when things start to get heavy. So, do I go get cider? Because I think this is like the last house I see. Sorry about that. My voice tends to get like, I wouldn't say hoarse, but, yeah, that's not true. That's not true. My voice doesn't really get hoarse, but, you know, from the whole day and not giving it rest. Oh, here's Duncan, okay. You know, I cough. But yeah, now we meet Duncan. I think this is an important character, so let's find out what the heck he has to say. My husband Duncan, oh, that's a girl. My husband Duncan is a martial artist. He's famous even in Figaro to the north. He took his students to Mount Colts for some meditation and training, so he probably won't be back for a while. You know what that means, kids. Quest time. To go up a mountain and fight a boss. Oh, look, a save point. I don't need that. Yeah. Why does it do that now? It didn't do that before. Maybe it's because my frame rate's better, so it needs to skip like that. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just like a couple seconds every minute or two. So I have to go north? Do I have to go north now? I turned down the volume a little bit more because it's the that thing right there. It's really loud and screechy on my end. On your end, you might hear it fine, but whatever. I'm guessing I have to go north. I'm taking the long way. So to go north, I leave town. Okay. I'm gonna rest at the inn again in case there's like a cutscene I need to see. Just in case. You know, precautions. Have I been here? Yes, I have. I'm walking in circles. Another thing I don't like about towns is that you can get lost in a few of the cities and things like that. That, or you just get sidetracked. Which, once again, is a good and a bad thing. I do like and don't like. I have mixed feelings. If a game doesn't have too many towns, I'm okay with. 13, it was relevant to the story that you didn't have towns to explore. You're freaking fugitives. You're on the run the entire game. From the military. Even though you have to take some leaps in logic of why the military doesn't just kill you. I mean, like, they like to, say, capture them alive, we need them to send them on a purge. And then by the end they're trying to kill you, but it's weird. Yeah, that was one thing I didn't care for, because I was like, just shoot them. I mean, as much as I didn't want characters to die, at times they should have died. Like, they really should have just died in a few situations. If you've played 13, you know what I'm talking about. You know the instances I'm talking about. It didn't make me mad when I was playing it. I was just like, I didn't actually even think about it. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Or, whoa, that was close. I was more of into the moment because of the pretty graphics and just how engrossed I was in the world. Even though it wasn't a good representation of showing us the world, because there was no towns, there was no downtime. It was constantly traveling, constantly switching perspectives, and constant character development, that there was little time to explore what the heck the world was, what people do on a daily basis, what they think about, their culture. Are there divided races? If Saz is African American or black, why aren't there a whole lot of ethnicities in the game, like NPC wise? We see like Fang and Vanille, they have accents because they're from Grand Pulse, so that makes sense. But it was just weird seeing that. But whatever. I'm overthinking it. The game's over with. I played it a long time ago, like 2 years ago, I think, a year ago, and I'm just like, it was good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it more than most people probably did. But yeah, that's about it. That's really all I can say for it. If you really want to play it, I'd say go for it. Rent it. Don't get like super high hopes or anything, but you know, it's not deemed the best ever, but not. I don't think it's the worst Final Fantasy game. The worst? 3, in my opinion. 3 I did not like at all. I've played translated versions on the internet. I've played the DS version, which DS is so hard. The DS version was so weirdly difficult for some reason, in my opinion. I didn't care for it. Like, I couldn't get engrossed in the story. The final boss was cool, but it was just annoyingly long to get there in the DS version, especially. Like, it just felt like it was padding along at times. The villain wasn't very interesting to me. I mean, the concept was cool, but other than that, to me, it was a step forward in a sense because of the whole job thing, but it was also a step back. Because 2 had these cool, interesting characters. 1 had a weirdly engrossing story that you can really think about. Even though it's kind of convoluted at the end, you can really dig your teeth into it and sink into like all the little details, and it was really cool. 4 was better. 5 was good, but it just it just the problem in my opinion for 5 was X Death himself. His motivation, because he's the embodiment of evil, I guess, and the Void, it was very ambiguous. I like that because something like the Void should be ambiguous. It shouldn't be like, you know, perfectly laid out. This T was his favorite. Cool. I'm guessing this is his bed, and there's a bed of his students. Yeah. 6, obviously, amazing. 7, I actually have never finished it. I have it on my PSP, but I've never finished it. I haven't even gotten to Eris's death yet, which is really heartbreaking. I don't really want to get there because I'm like, I don't know if I'll cry or not, even though I've seen the cutscene for it so many times on the internet, so many times my friends have talked about, gaming blogs and websites have all dedicated whole entire things to just that one scene in the whole game. 8, I enjoyed playing as a kid. I thought it was like the best thing ever. The whole thing with like Renoa being the embodiment of the witch and stuff, and Ultimecia, that was awesome in my opinion. I just thought that was so cool. 9, same thing as 7. I haven't beaten it yet. I remember playing it. I've never beaten it. I think Kujo is a badass. Kuja. He's just so cool. Like the first scene with like his theme song, the boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, down. Yeah, that whole thing. That was cool. What? Oh. Could Elwyn be living in here? Could he be? Oh, he's talking about his brother. Wow, that was so subtle. Oh, but yeah, that's right, because his brother left and grew into a young man to go train and stuff and be free like a bird. Well, we didn't get too much accomplished this episode, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're going at our own pace, right, guys? We're going at a nice little pace and getting nothing done. Well, actually, we did get something done. We talked. I talked. We did stuff. We're going to talk to this guy next episode. This is Sky from Epic Time 99, signing off. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time. And remember, drink your coffee black, because cream is overrated.